Good morning, Infinity. Good morning. Live streamers on the Infinite Stream, welcome to the Infinity Fellowship. You have squarely landed in the space you're supposed to be in. What are you doing at home? What are you doing in the park? What are you doing at the office? Wherever you are in the world, I want to welcome you. I'm Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr. And as you're having your coffee, as you're having your tea, as you're having your morning smoothie or sea moss, whatever you have that gets you up and going in the morning, if you just got off your yoga mat, we welcome you into our service today. Today's service is an exciting service. It is If Speaks. Every third Sunday, we have a conversation that is interactive during the message time. And today, that conversation is going to be absolutely awesome because it is Manifestation Sunday. So hopefully you have gone to myif.org and offloaded or downloaded your manifestation manual that is completely free for you there on the contact page. If you haven't, and if you're watching on the device that you use, you can do it after service. You can also just take really good notes today. So we invite you to participate fully in the service. We're welcoming you into this divine space today, and we're so grateful that the universe has delivered you in this moment, in this space today. So I'm going to invite you to put your drink down and sit up a little taller into your chair and into your seat for a brief moment of meditation as we align the energy for today and as we align the energy for you in your body. So go ahead and begin to take longer breaths in and out through your nose. Good. Go ahead and take another deep breath. Fill those lungs up. Excellent. And release that into the atmosphere. Allow your shoulders to relax. You might want to roll them up a little bit towards your ears and then back and then down, just so that you can sit up a little taller so the air can get into your diaphragm. Go ahead and take a deep breath and fill that area up there as if you are inhaling light energy that is empowering your spine, sending that energy up your spine and over the top of your head as you awaken this physical vessel that holds the real you. Continue to breathe like this. Allow your eyes to gently close from top to bottom. And in this stillness, as people are joining from all over, we recognize this gift of breathing. This meditation is a superpower, this alignment space. Allowing thoughts to come, distractions to come without judgment, allowing them to be released in the exhale. Continuing to breathe like this. Centering ourselves for today's purpose. Uniting us from wherever we are in the globe. Tuning in to the same vibrational frequency of love, of awareness, of power. The gratitude of the inhale. A slight pause at the top, and the release of the exhale. Continuing to breathe like this to energize the body, we ask that all heads now be bowed and that all eyes are closed. We ask that all hearts be open as we open the space of Infinity Fellowship today by invoking the divine presence that unites us all. Focus now on the God of your acceptance and understanding. Does God have a name? Do you call that energy God? Do you call it divine source? Do you call it universe? Do you call it Jesus? Do you call it Allah? Do you call it Yahweh? What is the name that you call? If there is no name, what is the energy that you feel that makes you know that you are here for a purpose? Take a deep breath and focus on that energy. All-wise, all-knowing, divine source, Mother God, Father God, God of all creation, energy of light, energy of love, we invoke your presence in this space today. We invoke you for those who feel you are far away. We evoke you for those who know you are here all the time. We give gratitude in this moment, and I give a personal moment of gratitude for being able to convene this fellowship, to be able to convene it online in this space today. For those who are joining us from around the globe, we speak power into their lives, and we speak gratitude for them. I speak gratitude for those who were struggling this week and took a moment this morning to say, I'm tired of struggling. I want to be in alignment. I give thanks for those who are walking in their divine purpose and love that we can assemble in this place in a divine fellowship to remind each other once a week that everything is good. I give thanks to those who were tagged today, those who were invited into a watch party today, those who received an email from a friend this week to say, this is a space that I think you would align with. And so we give thanks today. Thanks for the gift of the body. Thanks for the gift of healing. Thanks for the gift of creativity, of awareness. And during this time, we thank you for the gift of humanity being made in your image. We know that some crazy things have happened in the world this week that we have been struggling to understand. We don't know why people would see difference in skin color and ethnicity and see difference in gender to the point where they would focus their negative energy on harming. But we know that this is an opportunity for the rest of humanity to come together and say no more, that we are in a changing time. And we are those change agents right now. So we embrace the contrast knowing that we will be victorious. And so we thank you for this opportunity to remind each other right now today of that power and that energy that comes from you. And so we thank you in this moment of gratitude, and we proclaim that something is said or shared today that will remind that person out there who just happened to find their way into this space today. We know there are no accidents, but remind them that they are always ever loved, covered, and protected by you. For these things and other things we cannot put into words, we simply say we thank you, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Deep breath in. Exhale to release, to come back into the consciousness space. As we have poured our energy into realignment for manifestation with an opening prayer, we now pour libations for those who have come before, the ancestors upon whose shoulders we stand. We pour the libation at the altar behind me. It is representative of the four elements: fire, water, air, and earth. It is representative of the directions, the north, the south, the east, and the west. The energy of that which is above us, the energy that which is below us, and the energy that is in our heart center. So I invite you in this moment to participate fully in the pouring of libations, the pouring out of water, represent the living, into the earth that represents where our bodies go when we're done with these earth suits and we have gone into life after life. When we call on our ancestors, when we call their names, when we remember them in this divine moment, we are saying to them, all is connected, and that we are standing proudly on your shoulders. And that because of that lineage of strength going back thousands and thousands and millions of years, we have this collective power embedded in our DNA. So we can do all things but fail. So I invite you to type your ancestors' names into the chat box today, to go ahead and start listing them, calling them aloud. That divine moment of remembrance, y'all, it's an empowerment moment. Did they teach you a lesson? Did they share something with you? Did they give you shelter when you needed it? Are they allowing you to stay in their basement right now and use their internet? And that's what, all of those things are things we give thanks for. Do you have your car because your uncle left it to you? Like my Uncle Bill left me. I call his name. Because without him, I would have had a car my senior year of college to drive around in. That 76 Impala, I'll never forget it. I give thanks in that moment for the transportation that came from my Uncle Bill car, Ashe. So as you're typing those names, I'm going to the altar to pour, and we'll recognize others as such. We pour to the energies today of those ancestors who have gone before. And we're grateful in this moment for those who have infected, effected, affected our lives in powerful ways. To the legend, sports and boxing and business, the man they call Marvelous, Marvin Hagler, 66, Ashe. We pour our energy today to the 8 women who transitioned in the Atlanta area, the spa murders, the individual who is in a deranged state of mind, who those of us who watch society and political society know that this white supremacist mindset, this racist mindset is something that we are weeding out of the globe. It's going away, it's dying. But there are those who would love to hang on. But when we pour these libations today, we recognize these lives to say, you will not win. That spirit, that energy will not win. Love will win. So we recognize on behalf of their families. Soon C. Park, age 74, Ashe. Hyun J. Grant, age 51, Ashe. Soon Sha Kim, age 69, Ashe. Young A.U., age 63, Ashe. Delania Ashley Yon, age 33, Ashe. Paul Andre Michaels, age 54, Ashe. Zioji Tan, age 49, Ashe. Dio Yu Fing, age 44, Ashe. And to those children in the world, in the womb, and yet unborn, we pour and say in closure that is really just an opening. The word that means spirit, that means breath, that proclaims, and so it is, Ashe, 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 oh, and so it is. Take a deep breath in with me, y'all. Exhale to release. Oh, I get to say today the words that I love saying every single Sunday. Good morning, Infinity. All right, what a powerful opening to our Sunday ritual today. To those who are joining from all over the place, who are checking in on YouTube, who are checking in on Facebook, tag a friend. This is Manifestation Sunday. We are putting in the work today. This is the day. You will have no excuse going forward that you didn't have instructions and practical tools to manifest the things that you were put on this earth to do. So you won't have any excuse. You have a replay of this. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise on both YouTube and Facebook. So if you're watching the replay, you won't have any excuse either. You can always just go back to it and rewind it. So good morning, Infinity. I want to welcome you into this space today, and we want you to check in. We want you to check in a couple of ways. Number one, say good morning. Tell us where you're listening or watching from, and give us one thing that you're grateful for. Type one thing that you're grateful for. As we say, as we sing, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sister Kenisa.
Good morning to you.
Hey.
Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say da 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 ba da 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 Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hey, good morning to you.
Let's see what we got. Good morning to you coming in. Good morning from the beautiful and sunny Chicago. Sister Rosetta is in the house today. I always know we're going to have a good service when Sister Rosetta is beaming in. We got all of that wonderful kinetic energy flying in from the Chi-Town. Oh, good morning. Addison is coming in and grateful for the technologies to connect us in this wonderful space and community. Oh, good morning. We got Carmen Ridley beaming in from the NYC, East Coast in the house today. I love it. Brother Vincent Davis, good to see you in. Good to have you with us, man. You know, I'm gonna get you in here to sing one day, right? I've been checking you out. Brother Vincent, his voice is like booming these days. Y'all didn't know. Brother Vincent Davis is a singer. CW, good morning from Maryland. A beautiful sunny day. Oh, yeah. Washing those hands. I love it, y'all. Good morning, Sister Star from DeVille, Nashville, Tennessee. Good morning, Michelle from Texas. Grateful for life and Infinity Fellowship. It's a great day, LAB. Grateful. Good morning, Chaz. Chaz is up in the NYC, too. Gratitude for Infinity Fellowship. Sunday mornings with y'all are such a blessing with my pancakes. Come on.
Oh, yes. Hold some for me.
I know that's right. Well, you can't. Hey, Chaz, you have to bring the pancakes when we do our when we get back in person. Next time you're home, you have to bring them to one of our potlucks, and they'll go right next to our waffles. They go right next to the scrambled eggs. And what are some of our great? We got some great dishes that people make.
It was them cheesy
the
grits.
Greens, the
it
cheese
was the grits.
Magala's
from
cheese
Magala.
grits.
Oh my!
Oh,
my.
Y'all are making me miss this in-person thing. We go in.
Yeah.
Good morning, Felina from Wisconsin. Good morning again, Sister Carmen from NYC. From Nashville, Tennessee, Sister Keisha is up in the house. Good morning, LAB from Philly, PA. Grateful for being fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
But still going to wear my mask and use a germ key. Put a pin on that. Put a pin right there.
Pin on there.
Put a pin there. Lakeisha, Sister Lakeisha from Madison TN, coming on in here. Ibnar, grateful for being heard. How about that? We hear you and we see you, man. We see y'all. We're in there. Grateful, Sister Lakeisha, for the love of family. Thankful for understanding. Awesome. I love it. Look, everybody's replying now to each other. That's how Infinity is. We never had to tell you this online, but when somebody says something grateful, like everybody around Infinity always showers love on them. So please feel free, interact, show some love when people share a comment. It's a wonderful space. Talk to each other. Dr. Magala, love you. I know it's early out there in Los Angeles. Good morning from sunny LA. Grateful for the renewal and rebirth brought about with the spring equinox. Exactly. Happy spring equinox, y'all. What a great time, right? 21st day of spring. Do you remember? I know. 21st day of March. We're rewriting the lyrics. Felina's got a great. Go ahead, Felina's got a new computer, complete with printer. All right, we're going to see. Yep, look, Magala knows she's bringing the grits. Sister Trezana is grateful for the spring vernal equinox. We got Sister Cassandra, grateful for love. We got great risings coming in from all over the country, y'all. Wherever you are, we love it. We love it. Keep it going. Keep it going. It's a wonderful moment to say good morning to you. Keep saying good morning. If I can get to some of the comments, I will. If not, talk, share, keep sharing the gratitude. That attitude of gratitude is what propels us all forward. And so that's what we do. Well, Sister Kaditha, would you like to come forward and lead us in our statement of infinitude?
Sure will.
I want to say that last week's Voices was off the chain. And we loved it.
Yes.
Everybody loved it on Instagram.
Oh, really?
We got into some jazz. If y'all are following
I
us on Instagram,
know.
go back and watch Infinity Unplugged. She set it down. She laid it down. Reggie laid it down.
Yeah,
and they
I
even
was
pulled
singing
me
with
up
those-
to sing
I
a
know.
couple of songs.
Y'all know I was singing with them legends because they were holding it down.
We had some good times singing some jazz,
Man.
though. When you get a little time, go check it out. All right, there we go.
All right, well, guess what? Good morning, Infinity. And welcome into the Infinity Experience live online. You know how we do it. We like to remind you of a couple of things. One, here at Infinity, we don't tell you what to call or how to define the God of your own personal acceptance and understanding. That is an intensely personal and beautiful relationship. Here at Infinity, we simply affirm your unique connection. Secondly, whatever you call that source energy, you'll hear us say God interchangeably with divine source or with the universe. What you see around you is the proof that it was showing off when you were created after the same image and likeness. And so now it's time to speak aloud the core agreements that tie us together, that bring us together at Infinity. We call that infinitude. Infinitude is defined in the dictionary as the state or quality of being infinite or having no limit. We have a unique mix of faith backgrounds at Infinity, but what centers us is the spirituality we all share in common. For us, infinity is defined as infinity with an attitude, and that attitude is gratitude. And the snap you just heard is a spiritual practice that gives us life and meaning. Snap is on your screen, and we recommend you take some time to meditate on both it and our statement of infinity by visiting our website at myif.org. The essence snap is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The in snap is for nurturing of ourselves and others' mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every day. And finally, y'all, this is what we want, is the proof. The proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are grateful for you. We're grateful that you are here as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation perceived by many names yet known by only one energy. I invite you to join us in the affirmation of our statement of infinitude. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Amen.
Amen.
Amin.
Amen.
Hotep.
Hotep.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Ashe.
Ashe. Awesome. So as we are welcoming our visitors into this time, if you're a first-time visitor, I'm going to ask that you type your name into the box so that we can shower you with love. This is the day that the God of your acceptance has made. So we want to welcome you in divine fashion here. So go ahead and type your name into the box and we'll catch up with it as we can. We want to make sure that we send you love, hearts, muscle arms, and Infinity family. Y'all know how we do. Somebody says it's my first time, we just give them all the likes, all the loves we can. I want to say good morning to our first timers. My name is Jeff Obafemi Carr. I do go by Rev Jeff in this space. And it is this point in service that we welcome our first time visitors and welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship. This is the space where people make the quantum leap from simple religious doctrine into profound, expansive, powerful, and practical spirituality. On first and second Sundays here at Infinity, we have our standard one-of-a-kind services. We have music. We have the Voices of Infinity. On third Sundays like today, we have If Speaks, where the message is interactive and you get a chance to ask questions. So rarely will you find a space on Sundays where you can get spiritual instruction and have a space to ask the questions. That's what this space is. That's what Infinity is today. On fourth Sundays, which is next Sunday, of course, we do Yoga Sunday. So we want to make sure that you are taking care of your mind, your spirit, and yes, your body. Most importantly today, we want you to know that we see you, that at Infinity you are seen. And you are seen not as a human being who showed up today, who followed a text today, who followed an email or a tag today to have a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. You are a spirit who is navigating the human experience, just like the rest of us. So we speak peace into your life. We speak knowledge and wisdom into your life. And we like to welcome you in our own special way. So as you are, where you are, we want you to just put your hands up and receive this. If you've got family and friends with you gathered around, turn and look at them and deliver our welcome to them. If you're a first timer, receive this welcome and know that I look forward to greeting you in person. But for right now, we can still see you through this screen in a powerful way. And that means something. So take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. And y'all know how we do it. Repeat after me. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You are more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here on this screen with me, where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are not alone. I'm with you, we're with you, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all of this because I'm here to do the same. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you, and I feel you shining today. So welcome home. Welcome to Infinity. Asheo. Whoa, whoa. Wave your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Feel the love. Feel the welcome. Feel the space. Feel it. Feel the living on purpose. Feel living in purpose. Yeah. Oh, man. I could dance today for a while because as we prepare for our action in giving, our offering today, For those who have been practicing giving and making sure they're giving from a space of abundance, we take that energy very seriously here in a fun way. Giving for us is fun. Isn't it great to give from a fun space when money is not ruling you, but you are ruling your money because you recognize its energy? So you love the process of giving because by giving, you open the cycle and circle of abundance. So this is the time for our giving. So as you are preparing that energy, we want you to think about what you're giving today, what the Spirit is moving you to give into this spiritual space. For those of you who are tithing, thank you for your continued practice of tithing. It is a spiritual practice that we're going to talk about a little bit later. So we've got two slides. We got a slide for giving now, and we got a slide for giving later, because some of you are going to have some revelations about how you think about money after today. Real talk, 100%. So we got a slide for later for you too. But for now, this is the moment where we give in a corporate sense with one another. We are blessed to be able to give electronically via Cash App, via PayPal, or via mail. And we have an opportunity to do that in this space. But we also recognize that everything is good for us. So if everything has been good for you, and here's the hint, if you're here right now, everything is good. Even if you're in a space of struggle and you showed up today to get some alignment, that's a good thing. And you have that space because of the many people around the globe who pour into Infinity as their spiritual home. Thank you for this fellowship. Thank you for the love. And thank you for being a part of this fellowship and keeping this space growing and thriving. I ran into somebody a couple weeks ago, and they're like, I tuned in. I've been missing some Infinity. I tuned in, and I said, oh, wow, it looks like a TV show now, and they got the names up on the screen. I was like, yeah, absolutely. I know you haven't been tuning in because guess what? The people who are tuning in are pouring into Infinity, and that's why we have all of this wonderful stuff. So thank you, y'all. Through this pandemic, we have actually gone up in our giving and our practice of tithing. For those of you who have been tithing through the week, every time something comes in, you take a tenth out for Infinity. That means something, and that is why we're able to be here for you and for everyone. So take a deep breath in with me. Exhale to release. We're going to supercharge our offering, so I want you to take a deep breath and say, everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Sister Kanitha, can you come give us some everything is good so we can give? We're going to say our offertory affirmation together because we're action people here. We don't just talk about it. We are being about it. So everybody at home, take a deep breath with me and repeat our affirmation together. Oh, limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference, and so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. Ashe. The ways to give are on the screen. Join us. You can take a picture, Cash App, or you can just simply Cash App, $ Infinity Fellowship. You can send it via PayPal globally, paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship. That's paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship, not Rev and Jeff, okay? That's Infinity Fellowship, paypal.me. And Infinity Fellowship, 641 West Nocturne Drive, Nashville, Tennessee, 37207. We're going to listen to the wonderful sounds of Sister Kanitha, Brother Reggie playing as we all participate in giving.
Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything
is good. Yeah.
Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on, y'all. Sing it with me now. Everything is good. Yes. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good.
want to thank Brother Reggie Wooten, wherever you are, brother. We love you, man. He is our house musician on first and second Sundays, and sometimes when he's not touring the world, he's able to be with us on third Sundays, and we just want to say thanks to you, brother. We're covering your spirit and your energy. We love you, and thank you for strumming along some recordings so that even when you're not here, we still have that feeling of Reggie Wooten's guitar. So that's that energy that you hear in the background on Good Morning to You, and the background that you hear on Everything is Good, and the Infinity Amen at the end. Thank you for pouring in, y'all. What a blessed community to be a part of. It's time for our announcements. We're going to find out what's happening here at Infinity, and we're going to ask that if you have a standing ovation to go ahead and get that started. Sister Kanitha's going to come up, and we're going to make a little announcement of something we're grateful for.
Oh, it's
about
there.
that.
Yes. All right, y'all.
Yeah, so yesterday, last night, you want to do that or with standing ovation?
Standing ovation.
Do you want to do a standing ovation?
No, I don't know. You decide.
I mean, you know, it could be a standing ovation because it is a standing ovation because we're here standing.
I know, and it sounds like we're making an announcement that we're getting married. That's what this. So just say it.
Oh, what is it? Where? Where did it say?
No.
Oh, it sounds like,
Yes.
Oh.
Y'all.
I've asked the lady for her hand. And, oh, yeah. We're building it up too much. You're going to take it away.
Oh, my gosh.
Hold on. How they do it?
Why?
Coming to America?
Oh, Lord. Set your chocolate. Set your chocolate. Okay. We're acting a fool up in here. Okay. All right. Good morning, Infinity. As always, if you've got something great you want to report as a standing ovation, go ahead and type it in now so that we can celebrate you. Even if this is your first time being a part of Infinity service and you had something special happen to you and you want to share it so that we can applaud you at the end, go ahead and type that in now. All right, we're going to get into it. Welcome to March, the third month of 2021, the year of alignment. Our daily mantra is, everything's going my way. And we sing it, everything's going my way. Yes, y'all. We speak that you are being safe at home and embracing this opportunity to explore your spirituality on a deeper level than ever before. So here are a couple of important reminders. Our affirmation meditation call is every Wednesday. Again, our affirmation meditation call is every Wednesday. No matter who you are or what your spiritual path is, we could all use an uplift during the week. Join our affirmation meditation call every Wednesday at 12 noon Central Standard Time. Again, that's every Wednesday, 12 noon Central Standard Time, for an energizing meditation poured into realignment for manifestation. The number is on your screen. Lock it in. Take a photo, y'all. So you have all the information. Dial that number. Put in the access code and you're ready to go. All right, guess what next week is? Next week is Yoga Sunday. Whoop, 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 whoop. So every fourth Sunday, this is what's so neat. Every fourth Sunday, we move all the chairs here and participate in a moving meditation message and realignment known globally as Yoga Sunday. Next Sunday, Rev Jeff will be leading us through the new Infinity Flow. It's part of Vinyasa, part Iyengar, and a complete alignment practice that you can incorporate in your life. So join us next week for the world's only Yoga Sunday. Yoga Sunday, again, is for all levels, even first-timers. Get your mat ready at home, and we'll get your mind, your body in alignment with your mind and spirit, okay? All right, y'all, it's now time for Standing Ovation.
Tune your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news, our standing ovation.
Yes. All right. that energy at if comes from our practice of snap. So this is why you keep hearing us snap. This is why you always see me snapping all the time. If we snap our fingers during this part of the service, though, we receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys. That's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week. That's nurturing. We take what we learn and apply it in our lives, y'all, and that is action. And if we do these, then every week we see examples of progress in our lives, and that's the proof. Snap. So let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. We'll call off your names and manifestations as we receive them, all right? And then we'll snap after we say your manifestation, and then at the very end, we're all going to provide a collective standing ovation. Woo!
Awesome. So look, y'all, make sure you type your standing ovation in as quickly as possible because it takes about 20 seconds for us to catch it with the delays that, it's a broadcast delay. So make sure we can catch you, and we'll do our best to catch you and put your name up on the screen so the rest of the world can see your standing ovation and drink a toast for you from Wakanda forever. That's how we do. So our first one.
Well, okay, so then ours.
We're going to tell ours, y'all.
Yes. So yesterday, the three of us, because we have been so worried about our oldest one. Yes. So Josh and you and me, we all went to go get.
We got our COVID-19. One and done shot, J&J vaccine as part of the 10,000 vaccinations that took place here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes.
We actually were locked out of it because it was all full. And I happened to be on Twitter and saw the window open, and we got in there. And the first thing we did was make sure we took care of Josh.
Yes, because that was it. That's my standing ovation is during this entire time, because our baby, he has severe asthma.
Yes.
And so during this whole time, we have just been so cautious and careful and just making sure that nothing happened to him. And thankfully, he never did get COVID, and we didn't have any implications and all of that. So it was just a joyful thing to see that now we got a vaccine, and at least it can ease a little bit of the other.
Yes. And we got the vaccine with him. We were able to go all in the same car. Bam, bam, bam. We got through. We got to the parking space and had to wait a little while to make sure that everything was good. And then we got in, and there it is. We're standing here today.
I know.
And we're healthy, and we're feeling good. I'm able to hold the coffee mug with my arm, so I haven't had any ill side effects or anything like that. So we encourage you all to protect yourself. We know that there are varying opinions out there and thoughts about vaccination, not vaccination, Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, J&J, whatever it is. Study for yourself and protect yourself, and make sure everybody, you have your right to do what you have to do to be healthy. But first and foremost, protect yourself and be healthy. So we put ourselves in this space along with the staff here at Infinity, Sister Alicia, and everybody else who's coming in here to make sure that as we get toward opening, we're protecting you too. And we're in a position where we can protect your kids and everybody that comes in this space, all right? So as it warms up, y'all, our hearts are warmed up. That's a great standing ovation.
Yay.
Thank you. So standing ovation to everybody who's out there. All right. We're going first with Brother Chaz. That dude is just doing it. Standing ovation. I'm choreographing for my first artist in New York City. Wakanda forever. Get down, Chaz. Chaz is appearing. He's doing, man. You're living your dreams in the Big Apple, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to Carmen, who's up there too.
I know.
Y'all gonna run into each other somewhere, doing some professional big work. Congratulations. All right, Sister Keisha. Talk about doors opening. I had my first booking of the year on Friday in Knoxville, expecting many, many more. Book that stuff, Keisha.
Go, Keisha.
If y'all see Sister Keisha, y'all know, and when y'all see her in person, y'all be like, I've seen you somewhere before. She's a phenomenal actress, entrepreneur.
That's her thing. Thanks to me. Yes, Keisha.
And just an incredible intellect. We bumped into her Everybody was double masked up in Walmart, and we sat in Walmart, and we set it off in Walmart. They should have just taped it and sold the video. We were laughing so hard and enjoying the present. So shout out to you, Sister Keisha. You get everything that you're in alignment with and you deserve, sister. Awesome. Heading to the K-Town. All right, Cassandra, I got a job. I got a job. I got a job. I love it. I love it. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
All right, we got Sister Addison, I think. Sister Addison, Clifton, Tennessee.
Whoop, whoop.
Standing Ovation, beautiful doors are opening for me all over the place. More details to come later, but everything is good.
Yay! Doors, yes, opening.
Addison, you stay manifesting. So to
Yes.
you and your circle of people that you heal and bring together and your beautiful family,
Yes.
we send it up to you in Clifton, Tennessee. Sister Michaela in L.A. It's early morning in L.A. Short story. The goals that I set for the year have all been accomplished in the first quarter.
Oh my goodness.
That's 3 months, y'all, out of 12.
Oh my goodness.
I'm celebrating the need to dream bigger. Come on.
Oh my goodness. Go, Michaela! Doctor!
And y'all know Dr. Michaela.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm just going to go ahead and put a little pressure on the rest of the world today. If y'all know Dr. Michaela, y'all know her story, and y'all know everything that she has carried and come through, and the huge things that she has done in social justice, in academia, in data collection, in data analysis, and everything.
Yes.
And she's saying she needs to dream bigger.
Goodness. Well.
Y'all better understand. Y'all got world changers on this in this
Y'all are
broadcast
doing it.
today.
Everybody is
Y'all
just-
got the baddest people around. This vibration is going to carry you through this week. And if you watch it again, it's going to carry you again. So tell your friends who missed it, they need to watch today. All right, Sister Michaela. All right, we've got we got Rihanna Harris. After being laid off from my 10+ year banking career, I accepted a job in a better position. And they gave me my asking salary. It's a complete level up. Oh! Rihanna, you better thank God for coffee. And it doesn't mix with technology, because I was fling this at the lens right now. I was about to, then I said, wait a minute.
To knock your arm over.
No, don't do that. That's what I said. I was about to throw it, then I said I will completely destroy the broadcast. So we're sending you a virtual splash, Sister Rihanna, because guess what? That's what happens. Everybody's leveling up, and you are leveling up. Standing O to you. Standing O. Awesome. We've got Marcel. I want to give Addison Cup a standing ovation. Give it to her. Send the love. I love you. Thank you for introducing me to this. Awesome.
Yes.
Good to have you, Marcel. Welcome home, man. Welcome home. Awesome. Standing ovations are coming in. Rosetta. Let me say, I'm not even going to read it yet. Sister Rosetta, your vibration is felt by everybody down here.
Yep.
When people talk during the week, they always say, Sister Rosetta, as if people have known you for years. They have, because of your spirit. But your gratitude that comes out every Sunday is felt, your impact, your voice, everything is seen and loved. It's such a blessing to have you be a part. Got my first COVID vaccine with no side effects. One down, one to go.
Hey.
We don't die, we multiply. I'm just saying. Y'all
True
better
that
understand.
though. What?
Science is evolving.
Yes.
Scientists,
To no side
virologists. I mean, one of the top virologists in the world is right 7 minutes down the street, around the corner, Dr. James Hildreth at Meharry Medical College. And Meharry is here in town doing research to make sure that everything is equitable and fair, and that's what's happening. So guess what? We're going to get through this, y'all. That's what we're doing. All right, we got it. Okay, Ganesha is in the house. We got you up, Ganesha, on the screen for revelations for everybody to see. Me and my boyfriend are in a good space of manifesting our businesses, plural. Just starting our first business, and we are in a good space and ready to receive the growth, business, and the creative space.
Yes.
Shout out to you.
There it is. There it is.
Knock that out. Expansion. We're speaking it. We're shouting it. We're giving it to you.
Yes.
We're loving on you.
Yes.
And that energy is coming in. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
y'all,
Sometimes I wait, sometimes because other people get a chance. Some people tape and then air it on live, and that's great too. There's however your spiritual community does it. But what I love about being live is being able to feel this energy come through instantaneously. Yes. But what I also miss is sometimes I want to be in the chat box too, just going in, giving muscle arms like, yeah. So thank everybody for showering love on each other like that, because it's important. It's empowering. That's our standing ovation, collective energy. Okay, so what do we do?
Okay, so now with all of that, you guys, those who have shared, you remain seated and you take in this energy, and the rest of us are going to celebrate with you by clapping and stomping and going in for you so that you can feel the energy, how much love. Let's just send it through the roof, y'all. All right, here we go. Announcements, ovations for today. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe. Yes.
We are here. We're getting ready, putting ourselves in position, y'all. Today is a beautiful day. Wherever you are, go ahead and start to settle in. We have put in place what we needed to put in place. I think, as a matter of fact, I might go ahead and get my clipboard, or not my clipboard, but my whiteboard, and put it in place over here so that I can be seen. I think my second camera oh, look at that. How about that? Give you a little space so you can be seen. I'm going to come over here today, and we're going to write a little bit on this screen, but we're also going to have slides. So wherever you are in your household, I want you to begin to assemble your notes. I want you to begin to assemble your manuals. If you printed off your manuals, if you didn't print your manual, that's fine. You can print it later. It's at myif.org. And myif.org, if you go to the contact page, there's a free manual there. It looks like this. I'm using Sister Kenithis for right now. It is a manifestation manual and guide. I'll see if I can put it up on the second camera. It's a manifestation manual and guide. It has everything that we're going over. And if you turn to the inside page, it gives you a space for you to put the personal manifestation goals of fill in the blank. This is something that you can take with you. You can download it. But I want you, if you haven't downloaded it, to simply say, I now claim and accept the very best in life for me. Write that out right now. I now claim and accept the very best in life for me. All right. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath with me. Exhale to release. As we prepare for this moment, as we prepare for this place, this is an annual workshop we do, but every third Sunday we sing a song of alignment. So I'm going to ask you to sing it with me. We're going to sing a verse or two to prepare us to go into the space of cosmic consciousness, into the space of ancient wisdom where we translate information through the phase of knowledge into the phase of action, which is what wisdom is. Take a deep breath. And exhale to release. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. I'll come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land where I'm bound. Oh, there is power in that land. There is power in that land. There is power in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There is power in that land. There is power in that land. There is power in that land where I'm bound. Oh, there is peace in that land. There is peace in that land. Nothing but peace in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There is peace in that land. There is peace, yeah, in that land. There is peace in that land where I'm bound. Come on, don't you want to go to that land? Don't you want to go to that land? Don't you want to go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound? Don't you want to go to that land? Don't you want to go to that land? Don't you want to go to that land where I'm bound? Deep breath in a moment of thanksgiving. Exhale to release. Manifestation, you all, begins with confidence. We're going to move through this. This is the work. This is the day. This is the moment where we begin to change the trajectory of your life toward manifesting things, toward walking in purpose, toward walking in the spaces of true prosperity. We're going to define that in a moment. We're going to talk about prosperity and what it is and what it ain't. We're going to talk about goals and manifestation, and we're going to talk about how to spiritually practice. And we're going to do all of these things in what usually is a 4-week course in just the next several minutes. So guess what that means? That means that you got some homework to do today. You've got some practice work to do today. And guess what you want to have? You want to have practice work. You want to be in the practice of learning how to master something. All of us are practicing continually. But when you practice, I want you to have something that Marcus Garvey gave us. And that is the concept and understanding of confidence. So take a picture of your screen if you need to. Go ahead and start writing in your journals. Because Marcus Mosiah Garvey gave us a powerful quote. If you have no confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. With confidence, you have won even before you have started. Take a look at that quote for a second and take your breaths in and out. Because the work we do today, you're going to be doing in full confidence. Okay, good. Let's go. First question, first thing that I'm going to bring to you today. Y'all, Lisa, I'm going to be all over about. I appreciate you. Lisa is doing that thing today. The first question I'm going to put up here, the first statement I'm going to put, the first word I am going to put up here is going to determine how you feel about the world and how you feel about yourself. So the first word that I put up on the screen today is prosperity. Prosperity. So if you look at this and you look at this energy here and you see this word prosperity, I want to know in your mind, what do you think that word means? I don't mind the silence. What do you think the word means? When you hear this word, what immediately comes to mind? I'll tell you what comes to mind for many people. What comes to mind for many people is the prosperity gospel. And the prosperity gospel is something different. So I'm not talking about the prosperity gospel per se. I'm talking about the word definition prosperity. I'm looking for my book because I brought it in. Oh, well, I must have taken it. It's to my desk. It says, can you find a book I want to talk about? We hear this word prosperity, and immediately it can gauge where our vibrational space is. If our vibrational space is in a low space, we reject this understanding of the word. We reject the word itself. We begin to say, thank you, sis. We begin to say, prosperity. I don't want to talk about no prosperity. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that word. I'm going to bring it up here so I can just keep turning to it. Yes, you're welcome. When we keep hearing prosperity, right, we hear this and we start thinking images that come to our mind. We start thinking about pimping. We think about many of the spaces. Many of you have come from synagogues. You've come from mosques. You've come from churches. You've come from spaces where you no longer fit. But some of you, and I'm speaking to myself on this, I was turned off by the concept of the prosperity gospel because the prosperity gospel created a pyramid. Up here, you had the pastor. Right here, you had the leaders. And then way down here, you had me. And so I was a part of the many bricks and blocks at the bottom who kept pouring in money, pouring in money, pouring in money. And we saw, and what's funny is God isn't really in the pyramid, right? So it's like we saw the people at the capstone making tons of money. The people here were then pouring into that and bragging on how much money the people at the top had and how it was demonstrating prosperity for everybody. And so the only thing we got back was a good motivational word, not even a tool on how to be prosperous in this old model. This is not the model that we use. So if you're looking for this model of prosperity, no. If you're looking for this neo-capitalist model of a plantation capitalist model of prosperity, no, that's not what we're talking about today. So I'm going to erase that. And I'm going to give you a functional definition of prosperity. And I'm going to tell you where this definition comes from because it comes from a very awesome book that we use here at Infinity. We teach a class on it. Edwene Gaines, The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. That's what the book looks like. It's a little bitty book. You can read it really quickly. My book is all marked up. I'm sending a shout out to Sister Edwene. She signed that for me when I went to a seminar and had a chance to talk with her afterwards. Powerful little old lady, little elderly white lady who is just big spirit, but who lives these principles. So we talk about prosperity. We're going to define that. And as I give you the definitions that she gives, I dare you in your spirit to say these are bad definitions. So when we ask the question on the slide, what is prosperity? The first definition of prosperity, a vitally alive physical body to provide a comfortable worldly home for the spiritual being I am. That's number one. Number one, a vitally alive body. You don't want to be in pain all your life, do you? What good does it profit to make tons of money and you can't sleep in your bed at night because you're uncomfortable? You want to live to be able to laugh and to play with your children. You want to be able to enjoy climbing a mountain if that's what you want to do. You want to be able to take a walk and not have labored breath. That is what the first definition of prosperity is, a vitally alive body. The second definition of prosperity, relationships that are satisfying, nurturing, honest, and work all the time. Oh my gosh. Woo! Woo! Relationships, I'm going to summarize it, that work all the time, right? Somebody at home is saying, well, I just wish you would just stuck with the money thing, because, man, work all the time? Healthy, satisfying relationships? Yes. Yes, that is not impossible. The third thing that the prosperity is defined as, because we're reworking this for some people. Some people I know, those of you who have been practicing the principles, you know, because you're living them. That's where these Standing Ovations are coming from. But for new folks or people who are tuning in, who are getting this information, definition number 3 is work that I love so much that it's not work, it's play. Work that is play. I love being here. I love being here on Sundays. I love speaking with people during the week. I love doing my affirmation call on Wednesdays at noon. I love when I have to go to the hospital. I love when I have to go to the cemetery. It's not always the most comfortable thing, but I love the fact that I'm operating in a space that is bigger than me, and it is in alignment with my calling. So every single day I get up and I come to this space, and I come into a space of high vibration that I am grateful for. And I come because it is part of my purpose and my calling. And I thank each and every one of you for being a part of that too, because it makes me understand that there's so much more large, the world is so much larger than me. And yet I get to participate in it by doing my small part of walking in who I am and having the work that I have. I wish that, and I speak that for each and every one of you, that you have work that is so fun that it's play. The work comes first. And let me tell you what the last definition is. And all the money I can spend. And all the money I can spend. We talk about the accumulation of wealth and what it is. However you define that, that's very important. But how about, that's the fourth definition. And the fourth definition starts with and. So guess what that means? That means that all of these come first. This comes after. This prevents you from saying, if I could just get enough money, then I can contribute something big. If I can just hit the lottery, I'll start paying out, back to God. If I can just get the right kind of job, I can break off what I need to for everybody else. No, no, no. You break off what you need to for the divine calling and purpose that you have, and then everything else manifests. And when you struggle with number 4, we're going to get through this, because what Edwene does in this book in a phenomenal way is she inverts the process of practice in a powerful way so that you clear this fear of money out of your mind so that you know it's just a tool. When you are walking in purpose, you have these things. You take care of your body. You're careful of what you put into it. You're careful that you're going to exercise and get the right alignment in that space. You're careful of the things. If you watched last week, Free Your Mind and Your Spirit Will Follow. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch the replay on YouTube or Facebook. But when you talk about a vitally alive body, it enables you to be able to then be in a space where you can wish for, work on, and manifest relationships that are healthy and vital and work all the time, and put you in alignment to give yourself permission to do what you love to do. And don't do what you do to chase the dollar. When you do what you love to do, the universe tunes into that frequency and then gives you all the abundance so that you can have all the money you can spend. If you don't, that money spend thing, People say, well, I don't need money. Well, you're right. You don't. And money don't need you either. So that's why you don't have it, because you keep saying, I don't need it. So the universe says to you, oh, you don't need it. Okay, great. I'm going to give you more lack. But guess what? You're speaking to me right now, and I'm speaking to you across a broadband internet in a camera that is coming through a service that, while it may appear to be free, YouTube or Facebook, it's coming to you because somebody somewhere is paying a cell phone bill. Somebody somewhere is paying an internet bill. Somebody somewhere is paying a Wi-Fi bill, even if you're getting it out of the parking lot at Starbucks. Somebody is paying for that. And that comes from money and investment. So guess what? We're connecting because people were smart with their money and created tools for us to be able to connect. Money is simply a tool. When you lose the fear of it and you stop focusing so much on your lack of it, you open into a space where, when you have everything else in place, everything else is the money you can spend. You don't think you need money? Wait till you don't have health care. Wait till you get sick and you wonder if you're going to be able to get some assistance. Wait till you can't write a check for the emergency room. And then we go into this poverty mentality of, oh, we just need to make sure everybody's looked out for. That's true. But when the bill is due for you, yes, you need it. And it's okay. But guess what? Live your life and your purpose, everything else will follow. Okay? So let's get to these principles. If you're in your manuals, we're going to turn. We've got quotes on here. The first thing that we're going to do after we download it, we talked about that, we're going to go through our 4 principles. Now, there are 4 principles of manifestation that we're going to put into spiritual practice. And we're going to go through this. It's in your manual. If you turn to the inside page there, you're going to see this graph and this alignment. So the first principle to start to practice is to tithe. Let me say it again. Tithe. 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 I'm trying to gauge where your spirit is, because when I say that, do you say, yeah, I do it, I've seen the fruit? Or do you say, ugh, why they got to talk about money? Guess what? If you fall into that category, you're exactly standing in your own way. You've made it so important and so ugly that it can't connect with you. If you're seeking love in your life and you say, I just can't connect with people. People can't connect with me. People can't deal with me. People just don't like me. People can't stand me because I'm too smart. People can't stand me because I'm too good. People can't connect with me because I have too many degrees. People are intimidated by me. Yes, the answer to all that question, because that's the frequency that you are magnifying. So how can anybody connect with you if you have stated that there is a wall and an obstacle for connecting with you? The only connection you will get is other people who have other walls. The reason why Edwene put tithing first is she said that is the hardest principle for people to get around. So if you can get through that, everything else lines up easy. What is tithing? I got a slide for you. A tithe, take a note of it. A tithe is 10% of all you financially receive, given gratefully and thoughtfully. Ooh, listen to the modifiers. Given gratefully and thoughtfully to where you receive your spiritual food. To where you receive your spiritual food. Its purpose, here we go with purpose, is to acknowledge God as the source of your good and to provide a physical demonstration of such. Give me one camera just for 1 second, Elise, and I'm going to go back to that slide. It's to provide a physical example of such. So we can acknowledge all day, oh yeah, God is good. Oh yeah, I love my spiritual community. Oh my gosh, I stop in, I get spiritually fed. I get all of this. But then it doesn't mean anything if you don't make an investment on it, right? Because then it becomes, I'm taking, but I'm not investing back. Because I'm not investing back, then I'm robbing. Some of us will go to a restaurant and we will get horrible service, but we will still leave not a 10% tip, we will leave a 15% tip because we don't want the waiter to think bad of us. We don't want anybody to talk about us because they brought us the food. It may have been cold. They brought us a bad attitude. Sometimes it's like that. But you got to tip 15% because it's what you do, because they did bring you your food. So what happens when people bring you spiritual food? There it is. It's real simple. It's just a simple investment. Let's go back to the slide because there's history behind this. We think about tithing and we think about modern Western church. It's not. The concept of oblations. Oblations, the plaques written on the funerary text of temples in ancient Egypt and ancient Kemet. Instructions for offerings past the grave. Oblations that were given for the living. In the ancient agrarian societies, the first fruits of harvest. In ancient Kemet, the ritual of Hetep di Nisu, the offerings that are offered up to the universe, and in modern times we call it a tithe. That's a relief from a Kemetic temple, an ancient Egyptian temple on that slide. That's what you do. Let's come on back here because I want to get to this tithe. The reason why I have to give that background and that information is because we get really intellectual when it comes down to making investment in ourselves and spiritual practice. We get so intellectual that we continue to find ways to not participate as a giver in our life and to make giving a part of our life. We expect the institutions to exist. We expect everybody to be in place for us, and yet we don't give. So when we get into the space of giving, we are saying and acknowledging, yes, I am making a plan for my life. Talk to any wealthy person you know. They take 10% and they give it to their spiritual space. It's what they do, even if it's a religious space. Then they budget for the rest. So I don't live on 100% of what I get. I live on 90% of what I get. Because I take 10% of everything that comes out and I reserve that to the space where I get my spiritual food. Let me say this, and then we're going to move through this. We got great stuff coming. But again, this is the most difficult concept for people to get. It's necessary. Consider this. $10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $10. I take $1. Who has the 9? This ain't the prosperity model where you plant a seed with God, give your whole check over, and then you're going to be all right afterwards, and you're living on the 10. It's the other way around. 1/10. You still got all of that, right? So because of that, though, you complete a cycle that is a spiritual practice. Now, bills are bills. Wealthy people continue to manufacture wealth because they are paying attention to their money. Tithing is also budgeting. When I get my check in, when I get a financial gift, 10% goes here. I have a percentage that goes to my bills. I have a percentage that goes to my savings. I have a percentage that goes to my investment. That means that you are paying attention to the money that is coming through your household and you are being a good steward. It's a simple financial transaction, and you put yourself in a space where you're giving. I used to go to church and I would put money in an envelope and I say, look, I don't want anybody to know about this. I don't keep track of it. But guess what? It was benefiting my ego for me to say, well, I'm just giving for the sake of giving, But I was not even being able to be a good steward of what I was giving because I wasn't keeping track of it. And I was expecting blessings to fall out of nowhere. It's not the way it works. Take the simple path of getting into this space and watch what happens. So tithing is action. On the workbook it says, a tithe is 10% of what you receive given to where you get your spiritual food. I understand infinity because some of you are new. Some of you are without a fellowship. So guess what I used to do when I was in that space? I would tithe to where I get my spiritual food. You may not get your spiritual food in infinity. You may get your spiritual food from a grandmama or a lady down the street who tells you when you are wrong and she aligns you with who you are. Guess what? The tithe goes to her. So this isn't a recruitment pitch to say you got to give it here. I say, though, I get my spiritual food here. And because this is the space where I get my spiritual food, I make sure that I give it back there because it is a psychological and spiritual transaction that puts me in integrity. First question, am I willing, ask yourself this, am I willing to come into integrity about money now by acknowledging God as my acceptance, of the God of my acceptance as the source of my good? Can you accept that that is the source? 2, simple worksheet. How much financial good has God given me this week? You can write that down right now. If you got $200 this week. And you write that down. Ask yourself, how much is 10%? $20. $20. When you look at it that way, it's like, what? Guess what? If it's $2,000, it's what? $200. If it's $20,000, how much is it? Talk to me. $2,000. Here's what's the trick. When you get to the point where when I get to the point where and I have been at the point, it's happened to me with some deals I've had. If I get to the point where I can write a $2,000 check, I'm not complaining about writing a $2,000 check. It meant that I got $20,000. I want to be in a position to write a $200,000 check one day, because guess what the money does? For those of you who are in activism and you young people who are out there, it puts you in a position where you can be free. All the money you can spend means that no one is judging where you put that money. There are movements in America right now that could use independent funds and financing. And it could use you being in a space of abundance so that they don't have to ask for money from big corporations and governments. The whole debate now over Black Lives Matter is, how did they end up with $90 million, $60 million in cash in the bank in a foundation, and nobody knows who's running what, and all the chapters are leaving because they haven't been paid? Guess what? When you make your money, you can send the money to them so that they are independently operated and owned, and you don't have to worry about what's called movement capture. That's the beauty. You get to build the communities that you build and keep them independent at the same time. Get what you got, and let's move on. The last question that you ask on this is, where have I received my spiritual food? That's where you give it. And again, some of us are first timers here. Some of you are first timers. If you have a space where you're receiving your spiritual food, give the tithe there. Great. It's not about trying to get it here. It's, hey, give it so that you can be in that position. Second thing that we're going to do, we're going to go to that slide because we are working through this bad boy. Come on. The second thing you must do is set clear goals. Set clear goals. You can read it with me off the slide. This is a quote directly from our sister Edwene. She does so much good work. When we're gonna do our offering again at the end today, and I'm giving her 10%. Infinity's gonna send her 10% of what we got because her principles work. Setting clear goals. When any of us puts our intention out there, and we make a 100% commitment to that intention, and we make every step a step of impeccability, a step of integrity, then somehow the universe opens up a way where before there was no way. Number one, write the vision, make it plain. Take that note right now. Look, this is the work. You know, we get the spirit downloads and there's motivational stuff that comes out. This ain't just motivational work. This is the work. This is spirituality in action today, y'all. Write it down. When you have a vision, write the vision, make it plain. Put that note for yourself right now. Write the vision, make it plain. Number two, act as if it is already. One day I'm going to be wealthy. No, I am wealthy. One day I'm going to be healed. No, I am healed. One day I am going to be as smart as I want to be. No, I am intelligent. I am wise. I am strong. I am gifted. I am talented. I am connected. I am protected. Do you hear that I am? When we talk about ancient scriptures and we talk about the Hebrew translations, we talk about even in the Old Testament when Moses said, who shall I say sent them? I am sent you. I am that I am. It is a present state of being. So you can't say I will, because if you say I will, you will be chasing forever. And if you say one day in your vibration, the universe keeps you in a continual cycle of one day. So if you're going to walk as an educated, strong human being, and you see that as yourself in the future, stop seeing yourself in the future. See yourself in the right now. I am. I am an award-winning artist. I used to stand in the mirror and say that. I am an award-winning filmmaker. Don't make me go in there and get that plaque off the wall because it came 17 years later. It was 17 years later. But I got that. I'm a spiritual leader, teacher, and guide. I teach people how to walk in divine purpose, and I manifest institutions that build the beloved community. I was saying that 7 years ago. 7 years later, I'm here on this camera with you because I know what my purpose is, and you do too. I am. I am. You've got to speak it. You've got to act like it's there already. Because when you say that I am a Grammy Award winner, when you say that I am an Obie Award winner, when you say that I'm a Pulitzer Prize winner, when you say I'm a Nobel laureate, when you say that, it's the difference between walking in the room like, well, one day I want to be a winner of an award, and I just really want. That's the difference between walking in like that and walking in like the winner that you are. When you walk in like a winner, everybody in the room says, who is that winner? And they want to be with you. I am in a loving relationship. Because see, when you act in the I am, it is a present moment. It changes the way you interact with people when you go even to the store and order a cup of coffee. Because then people interact with you as if you are that person that you say you are, and they treat you differently. Try it today. Try it today. I'm only talking about what works. I'm not talking about hocus pocus stuff. We're talking about what works. I am. Set clear and present goals. If you need assistance to set clear and present goals, in your manifestation manual, we have a practical tool that works. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. It's called the Snapshot Ruler. Spirituality, nurturing, action, and proof. I put meditation on there because it's one thing that you need to do every day. If you look at the card, it gives you a goal. Don't overextend yourself, because if you overextend yourself, you're going to kick yourself in your own behind for not reaching your goals. So if you want to meditate 3 times a week, put the number 3 in that goal box. And then if you meditate on Monday, put a check mark. If you wait till Thursday, put a check mark. If you make it to Saturday, put a check mark. Add it up at the end. It may be exercise. It may be reading a book. It may be watching a motivational podcast. It may be going over the budgeting process. It may be whatever that goal is for you, that's a personal specific goal, set it, write it down in your snapshot ruler. And the reason why I put it in there as a ruler is you can cut that ruler out, photocopy it before you write in it. I left meditation on all of them because everybody should be meditating, because that's when you get to hear the inside voice and you tune out the outside voices. That's number 1. Photocopy it as many times as you need and put it in the books that you read, because y'all should be reading a book. I was having a great time watching my brother in the podcast, and I watch on Saturdays the In Class with Carr. Great piece, great educational piece. All of the wisdom is there, taking notes on the Haitian Revolution, good stuff. What we take from academic sessions like that, the wonderful history, is how do we then take it and apply it in our lives? That's why Sunday is important, because everything that you absorb during the week, you learn how to put that into action for your goals. Because Toussaint Louverture and Dessalines did what they did in Haiti. Understanding about them is not so that you can live in the past. It's understanding what could be done in impossible circumstances. So then it should allow you to set clear and present goals for yourself. Welcome to infinity. Set those clear and present goals. Number 3. This is going to get some of you, I know, if you can follow along. Forgive. Oh, Lord, Rev. I just got through tithing and I thought it was okay and I can set some goals because I'm a businessman, but oh, you done told me to forgive. Ooh, man. I know. Take a deep breath. Exhale to release. We're going to get through it. It's going to be all right. You must forgive continually all the time. Deepak Chopra says of forgiving, when you learn to give that which you seek, some of y'all need to be forgiven. I do. You activate and choreograph the eternal dance with an exquisite, energetic, and vital movement that constitutes the eternal throb of life. Number 1, recognize that forgiveness is not for somebody else. Forgiveness ain't for the person that did you wrong. It's the act of forgiveness that absolves what you are no longer carrying with it. But in the end, forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is not for them. When you forgive, you say, I refuse to allow you to live in my present. I refuse to be tethered to something in my past that prevents me from moving forward. Not forgiving, as the ancients teach, is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It just doesn't work like that. Because when you don't forgive, what you do is you set a kettlebell down on the floor and you attach a chain to yourself. And everywhere you move, you are limited because you just can't let go of it. And every time you reach a boundary and you hit your head or you hurt yourself or you can't reach a goal, what you do is you look back and you blame that person that you were in a relationship with. You look back and you blame those family members who attacked your dreams and tried to trash you when you were younger. When you find yourself limited, you end up talking bad about that person who didn't give you that promotion at your job. And you can't get past it, even though they probably have moved on with their lives. This is why we see anger and frustration. How dare somebody be happy? How dare somebody live their life without me? Because I'm not living my life without them. Let it go. Forgiveness happens when you stop trying to correct what you perceive to be the mistakes of your past. You can't fix it. So why are you holding on to it? Let it go. Spirit's telling me right now, put in your mind somebody that did you wrong. Go ahead. Just pause and put it in your mind. Somebody that did you wrong. And I don't mean W-R-O-N-G. I mean W-R-A-W-W-W-W-N-G. They just did you wrong. Yeah, that's the person. That person is, you get their hair on the back of your neck and you start to get that piercing in your heart. That's how you know you haven't forgiven them. Now imagine them covered in light, living a good life, being happy. And I want you to say in your heart, thank you for the lessons you taught me. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Come back to this moment. I love when Michael Beckwith says, when you go through an experience, you don't ask, what the hell was I thinking? You ask, what the hell was I learning? So when you learn, you can forgive. Now, let me clarify for you, because we get this forgiveness thing. Now we're in a society right now. We talk about racism, white supremacy, and all the things that pull us apart. We talk about, we're always talking about forgiving. Listen, I'm not talking about being a doormat. I'm talking about operating in a space of high vibration. If you don't operate in a space of high vibration, you are anti. You're anti-everything. Anti-racism, anti-discrimination, anti-this. You're anti and you're D. You can't get behind the A and D. D is D. D is dis. So if it ain't anti, it's destroy, deconstruct, defund, disrupt. Everything is dis. But if you're always dissing, what are you building? If you're always disrupting, what are you putting in place? If you are deconstructing, what are you building? See, we have to get into a space now where you or your purpose is aligned with building and creating. Because when you're building and creating, you're not distracted. You're not distracted by the things that are going on around you that have no purpose. I stop people all the time and say, okay, you want me to disrupt this? That's great. I'll disrupt. What do we do next? Oh, well, we're just going to disrupt. Well, yeah, but what do we do next? Well, we're going to disrupt. Okay, well, I can't mess with you then. Because if you're not going to build, then you're telling me that my vibration is disruption. That means that if you have locked into a vibration of only disruption as not a part of a larger plan for building, then if you disrupt here, guess what's going to happen? When you disrupt and destroy, you're going to look for something else to disrupt. So when you come and you're a part of something I'm building, you're not there to build, you're there to disrupt. Because the only vibration you have is disrupt. That's why the disruption is happening in your relationships. That's why the deconstruction is happening in your life. You're wondering why it's coming to you. It's because it's the only vibration. So you got to learn to forgive enough to forgive yourself for the lessons that you learned, embrace them, and move forward. You cannot drive forward looking backwards. Looking backwards is only a reference point so that you can make sure you're protecting yourself on all sides. But release and let go. Number 4, find your purpose. One of my favorite Beckwith quotes is on here for you on this. It says it loud and clear. Don't look for your dreams to come true. Look to become true to your dreams. Ain't that awesome? Don't look for your dreams to come true. Look to become true to your dreams. When you do that, purpose first, results follow. So when you get to that space, find your purpose. Purpose first, results follow. You're waiting. We get to this point of giving. We get to the point of money. Have you ever said this to yourself? If you know people around you that said this, oh man, la, wait till I get my money right. Then they can't tell me nothing, right? Right? So the life is a Kanye thing. I used to love that verse, you know. Wait till I get my money, right? Then I can't tell me nothing, right? Because I knew money was going to be freedom, right? People give you a ton of money, they can't tell you nothing. You're going to go out and buy your 100 acres of land. You're going to go get your office in the skyscraper. You're going to stock up your warehouse with your products. You're going to print your books. You're going to do everything, right, when you get your money right. Wrong? Has your money gotten right yet? Are you in integrity with a spiritual practice that is going to align you? Most importantly, have you found your purpose? Because when you find your purpose, you are aligning yourself with your gifts in a way that money will follow. Just like last week, free your mind and your spirit will follow. Tune into your gift and your purpose, and everything else will be added into. That is something small that you can do. You're not called on in this moment to start thinking about how you're going to make every single detail happen. You just have to focus on the basics. If you are faithful over a few things, I will make you ruler over many. You got to do the few things first. And the most at atomic level that you can operate on, the smallest level you can operate on, is the programming of your thought to say, this crazy dream that I got in my mind, this crazy vision that's been in my spirit, the things that I've been wanting to do, that I dream about, that I daydream about when I'm in this other job that I don't like, they are who I truly am. And it's okay to live them. It's better than okay. It's why you're here. That's why the God of your acceptance and understanding drew those pictures on the inside of your eyelids that only you can see when you close your eyes. Because I ain't got the same dream in my eyes. You got yours. But when you walk in that dream, you trust that everything else is going to follow. The first thing to do is to be authentic. When you're in that authentic space, we are able to embrace the purpose. Give you two things. Ask your question. This is a whole entire class, right? But I'm giving it to you today. What am I good at? Number one. Number two, what do my people tell me I am good at? C, what do I love? These are all in purpose, okay? And then I'm going to give you the back end, and then we're going to wrap this bad boy. It's going to be beautiful. Awesome day, Purpose Sunday, Manifestation Sunday. Find your purpose. One, what am I good at? What do you know you're good at? Write that in your notebook. Write that in your journal. Work on it later today when we get off. Just what do you know you're good at? And look, stop with the ego stuff. Because when I'm in a space and I'm teaching this in person, I tell you, don't try to impress me. Try to impress yourself. Just tell the truth. You might be good at cutting grass. I love it. People get $5 million landscaping contracts for football stadiums and college campuses for being good at cutting grass. Guess what? That's great. You may be good at teaching. You may be good at singing. Whatever it is, you may be good in science. That's what you're good at. Now, second, what do my people tell me I'm good at? I'm underlining my people. The people who are in alignment with your vibration, who encourage you, who support you in your dreams. Not the folks that you're just around sometimes, because those people will not give you an accurate description of what you're good at. You find and you triangulate that. Thirdly, what do I do that I love? Here's the exercise I'm going to give you. Pause for 10 seconds. Take a deep breath in. Close your eyes. Every Thursday at midnight, I am putting $20,000 in your bank account, direct deposit. You can fund a nonprofit. You can do whatever you want to do with it. Every Thursday night, it's coming in your bank account at midnight. What would you be doing every day of your life if you knew that every single Thursday, $20,000 was hitting your account? What is that thing? Take a deep breath in on it. Yeah, that too. That'd be fun. Yeah. Open your eyes. I ain't gonna let you get too deep in that. The sum total of these three and the common things, that's your purpose. You do your purpose first, the money comes. Oprah's purpose was connecting with people and talking to people. So through all the obstacles that she faced, she continued to succeed because nobody could do her like her. Nobody can do you like you. You got to trust the universe for that. Going back to setting clear goals. Now that we have our purpose in line, you go to the 10 steps. They're on the back of the manual. 10 steps to successful achievement. And 12 manifestation goals that are at the bottom. I'm going to tell you, and if you're watching the replay and you want to pause it, you can pause it. And then I'll take a couple of cute questions, and then we can wrap it on up for today. We've had a good Sunday. It's such an awesome day today. 10 steps to successful achievement. In a notebook dedicated to your goal-setting program, write down all of your desires, no matter how large or how small. Sister Michaela was talking earlier. She was like, I did everything I did in a year in the first quarter. I got to have bigger goals. So no matter how big or how outlandish it seems, nobody's going to have access. I'm not going to be checking your paper. I don't want to get in your journal. I got my own journal. I got my own goals. I got my own vision board. I ain't got no time to be looking at yours. So I want you to look at yours and start to now put those out, no matter how big or how small. Number two, this is how we start to get to clear goals. Choose the 12 most important desires, write them down on the paper in order of importance to you. I consider goal setting like food in the pantry. I'd rather have too much than not enough. So write the big goals, put them in order, the 12 most important. Be open and receptive to change daily. I have a blank here, and it says blank. What must I change about myself in order to achieve my goals? I want to go up here so you can see that. If you'll notice that, let me hold it right there. There we go. If you notice that, what must I, under number 2, then number 3, what must I change about myself? That line is blank because you have your own name for divine spirit. That in that line, you put your source. Jesus, Allah, Yahweh, ancestors, Ogun, Oshun, whatever it is that you have, divine light. What must I change about myself in order to achieve my goals? Can't change anybody but yourself. Go ahead and embrace that. Number 4, here's where it gets specific, y'all. Determine the date by which you desire to achieve each goal. This is where people get paralyzed a little bit. Because when you say set a date, that makes it real. One day, You're scared to set a date because you're scared of failing. But you will never learn to fly until you step off the cliff. So you got to take a leap of faith and practice and jump into that space and do it. So determine a date, put it down. You can always adjust the date along the way. I keep going back to Sister Michaela because I'm thankful for her transparency today. She set a date for a year and ended up knocking them out early. It's going to happen like that. Do that. 5, read your goals. Get this. Read your goals at least 3 times every morning and every evening. That's spiritual practice. Read your goals 3 times every morning and every evening. 6, imagine yourself achieving each goal until you begin to actually feel the accomplishment. I am. See, what we're doing is we're freeing your mind and your spirit right now from those limitations that you had before. That's what manifestation is about. It's about freeing yourself from the limitations that you had before. So when you free yourself, you no longer, you ever had that dream and you start seeing yourself and you're like, oh, no, that's just too much. You saw yourself stand on that stage, you're like, oh, God, it started to feel good. And I just look at the work that I have to do and I haven't done enough. You immediately start attacking yourself. Leave that stuff alone. Leave it alone. Sister Kanitha tell you, she'll walk in, man, I'm in a full blown out speech in the bathroom. I'm just gone. Spirit is downloading and I'm talking to 175,000 people. She's like, I'm like, oh, hey. Because I have to feel that alignment energy. And it's not external, it's internal. Because the universe is not tuned into just your thoughts. That's part of it. It's tuned into feeling. Remember, Abraham Hicks, it is an attraction-based universe, not an assertion-based universe. The signal that you put out is what finds you. The like energy attracts like energy. So if you are feeling this exhilaration about your moment of shining, then your moment of shining is feeling you and is coming into your space. Don't rob yourself. So go over that image in your mind until you begin to feel it and you know it. Watch how you act this week. 7, it's related. Accept your success now Act as if you've already achieved it. Take positive action toward your goals. Positive action may mean that if I'm writing a book, I'm going to put my chapter down today. I'm going to make a table of contents. I'm going to record some voice memos. It's that simple. If I'm building a community, I am going to go out and have conversations with people. One conversation a week. That is a goal. That is a subset of the larger goal that you put down. Number 8. Some of y'all already read it on the manual. It's hard. Kenitha, it's hard. Alicia, it's hard. Number 8 is hard. Number 8 is so hard, I'm going to go ahead and erase the 4 because y'all got those down. And for those of you who hadn't downloaded your manual yet, don't tell others. As my mama used to say, keep your mouth shut. Just keep your mouth shut. I know. We live in a world, and I've got you. I'm coming up with you, Thomas. I'm coming with the date. I'm going to get questions in a minute. Matter of fact, we're almost at the end of these questions. So if you have a specific question, now's your time to ask it. Put it in the chat box. Don't tell others. Keep your goals private between you and your divine source. Keep it between you and God. The comedian said, whisper to Jesus. You don't shout, just whisper to Jesus. You ain't got to holler. I don't know what that was from, but it was hilarious. But look, I know we live in a brand-centric world. And I know many of you are out there working on your brands, you're working on your businesses, you're working on your consulting, you're doing all of that, and it's great. I pour into that. I want you all to be successful in that. But when you are setting goals in a society that is about taking selfies and saying, look at how I'm doing big things, you have to fight that urge, because what happens is you then put yourself at the mercy of other people. Then you're having to put yourself in a space where you may be struggling, but you're putting something on and out to the community and to the world that is inauthentic, and it will not resonate, because purpose first, the rest follows, right? So how this stacks is, if you have a goal that is intimate, that you are working on feeling and embracing, keep it between you and God and manifest it. You will find then that you don't put yourself in a position where people who always have something to say are going to remind you, thought you were going to win that award by the end of the year. Hey there, singer. I thought you was going to be famous by 2021. Hey there, brother. I thought you was going, hey, doctor, is it doctor yet? Oh, no. Dude, I thought you was going to be doctor by now. What's up? Hey, man, what happened to that house you built? Hey, you was going to be building big houses, man. What up, man? This look like a little bedroom, 1-bedroom apartment, G. What's happening? See? Then you start feeling bad, because it's not in their area of alignment. It's in universe's alignment. So even though you set the goal, even though you set that moment, keep it in the private space of focus so that you get yourself together. You pour into your own self, and then you pour from over. People be surprised. I clicked on the TV. I saw you. I was like, man, when did that happen? Yeah, exactly. I've been here. Been in my head. I've been manifesting it. Come on, let's do the party. Number 9, cross off the goals. This is important. As they are achieved, and continue to add new ones. If you do a daily to-do list, I'm going to give you a tip that I learned from an amazing elder person years ago, 20 years ago. We can be high overachievers. I'm an overachiever. Like I like to do a million things, and I like to do the million things that I like to do. I could probably do 2 million, but I only do the million because I'm good at them. So I stick with the things that I'm good at. But I like to put to-do lists together. But they told me a long time ago, if you're starting a to-do list, it's better to write 3 things down. Write 3 to-dos down that are doable in a day, and then you can cross them off the list. You can add more at the end, but don't start out with 10, 20 things on a daily to-do list, because you will be frustrated then you will harm yourself psychologically by calling yourself a failure. You do 3 things, you see those things disappear, then the endorphins flow in your mind, in your frontal lobes. Your endorphins begin to flow, and they begin to secrete the chemicals that you get from when you do drugs. You get the same endorphins that you get when you accomplish a goal. So that gives you the endorphins that feed your spirit and keep you going. Last thing, proceed with the premise. Everything is good. Proceed with the premise that the universe is conspiring to do good in your life. Not that the world is out to get you. Tag your friends, share the post, share the service today. I'm not proceeding with the premise that the world is out to get me. I'm not proceeding with the premise that I'm too black. I'm not proceeding with the premise that I'm a woman. I'm not proceeding with the premise that everybody hates me because I'm smart. I'm not proceeding with the premise that I'll never get the same shot as anybody else because I live in the wrong neighborhood. I'm not proceeding with the premise that I'm living in a system that can't be toppled and everywhere I go, I'm just going to die, die, die. No, I'm proceeding with the premise that the universe is conspiring to do good in my life, and it is a premise that I am accepting and that I'm walking in. Take a deep breath in, exhale to release. Repeat after me. The universe is conspiring to do good in my life. That means that every single experience you're having, even the negative interaction you have, if you had I got treated like a dog once in a theater company. I went and traveled out of town. Those people, I went to buy a ticket to see a show. They treated me like a diggity dog. They treated me like a stank breath, funky, mangy dog. Not just a regular dog. They treated me like a dog that had come in there with foam out of the mouth when I was just trying to buy a ticket from out of town. But you know what I said? Because I was working on building a theater, that I said when people come into 2508 Clifton Avenue at the Amun-Ra Theater, the first thing they're going to get, no matter what they look like, is going to be the greatest, most friendliest greeting they ever had. And when they go to the ticket booth, they're going to get the best customer service they ever had, because that was a lesson I learned from a negative experience. I said, if I'm in control of something, I'm going to make sure when you come through the door, you're going to feel like the most important person in the world, because the universe is conspiring for your good. So if you had a negative experience this week, guess what? What are you learning? How can you make sure that isn't replicated? Walking in manifestation. Walking in purpose. So it is. Share this with people. All right. Any questions? Scroll up. I think I had one question. I'm going to take 3 to 5 minutes to see if we have any questions. It was a lot. I know. You're going to be working this week. You're going to be sharing it with your family and friends too. How can you set a date if your goals depend on others? Set a date for what you can control. Thomas, set a date for what you can control. Because guess what happens when you set a date, understanding that the universe is working towards your good? It's not your job to control others. It's your job to walk in your purpose. When you walk in your purpose and you set specific goals, if that's what you're focusing on, the universe will align itself. And it will send you the people, places, and things that are in alignment with you. Remember, we're in the year of alignment, y'all. We're in the year of alignment. So you may have set a date and you thought that contractor was the person that was supposed to come in and renovate your space, and they kept not showing up. And then you ended up on vacation somewhere and somebody told you about a friend of theirs that lived next to you, and not only did they connect at a different time with you, but they connected at a better price with higher quality and a better reputation. So the universe saved you for what you thought you were supposed to have and put you in alignment with what you were supposed to have and the people, places, and things. Get your purpose in place and let the universe worry about the nouns. You may set in your mind you want to work with a certain kind of producer or a certain kind of writer or a certain kind of company. But guess what? What you're working from is your purpose. And if your purpose defines you as such, the universe may have a different producer, a different company, a different space for you to say, no, 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 no. What you thought was something that was going to make you small. I'm giving you something new that is going to make you big. And if you trust it because you're in alignment with your purpose, you're going to explode and blow up. This is a great day for everybody. This is the moment. Felina, how can you properly manifest if you've already told people about your goals? Anybody want to answer that for me? I'll give you a hint, Felina. It's one of the 4 principles. Y'all go back to your notepad. Somebody's going to type it in. I'll give you a big hint. It's number 3. We got tithe, set clear goals. Number 3, forgive. You got to forgive yourself first. So forgive yourself for telling people about your goals. You told them. So we all done that. You got to forgive yourself. Forgiveness is for yourself, not just other people. You got to start by forgiving yourself. So if you told somebody, so be it. Forgive it. And then walk in your purpose. Look at you. Keisha already got it. She got to forgive. See, look, do you notice how these principles stick on each other and work together? Try not to be so excited I tear up the thing here. Tithe. 2, set goals that are clear. 3, forgive. 4, walk in purpose. I'm putting in walk in purpose. If you found your purpose, walk in it. If you haven't found your purpose, find it. It will make everything clear. And I'm going to add this as we get ready to close. Sister Michelle, trusting and surrendering what you don't control as far as what you want, how to make peace with that part. Since surrendering what you don't control, understanding, here it is, how to make peace with trusting and surrendering what you don't control is what you want. It's simple. You have to recognize that it's not your job to control other people. To control other people, this is a message that's been coming. It's probably going to be evolved later on, but it's coming right now because it needs to. To control other people is a function of the ego. To control yourself is a function of knowledge of self. The self is that which connects to the higher consciousness. The ego is that which connects to the world. So you have to focus on self and not ego. You cannot force people to change. You can only change yourself, and by changing yourself, you are then able to be a light that gives permission to other people to change. So don't beat yourself over the head. This is what we all have it. From childhood, we want mom and daddy to be proud of us. We want, our friends to recognize us. We want people to give us our propers. Guess what happens when they don't? You still got to walk on purpose anyway. Because the world has been waiting for you to emerge. And even if you're 15 years old and watching this, if you're 25 years old and watching this, if you're 75 years old and watching this, and you hadn't walked in purpose, guess what? It's never too late. Because the moment you come into alignment with who you are, that's the moment your energy starts to change everything around you. So this is your time. This is your moment. Y'all, we've been at it. We have done the work today. We have put this energy, we have put this action and purpose. We have done it. We've put it into the universe. I want to thank you for tuning in today. I want you to thank you for being a part. I want you to work on this. I want you to tag and share with your friends. If you are watching Infinity for the first time, welcome to the work of Infinity. Infinity is a part of every single part. It's a space where we give where we get our spiritual food. It's a space that helps us set goals. It's a space where we learn how to forgive and yet move forward. It's a space where we walk in purpose. Because guess what? We can have individual practices. They have to then translate to family unit practices, however you define family and friends. But then there's a component part, and that's community. You should align yourself with a community because community gives you fellowship. And when you're in the space of tithing, I say this part because it was coming up in my spirit, and then we definitely moving through. Don't confuse expenses with tithing. Because we have expenses. We have bills, and I live off the 90%. In the 90% is my water bill, is the 90% is my car note, 90% is my mortgage, 90% is my dentist, my doctor. If I have a therapist, it's my therapist. If I have spiritual counselor that I pay for, it's spiritual counseling. It's all of those. Those are in that 90%. The 10% goes into a community space if possible, if not, again, to individuals who give you spiritual wisdom, who pour into your spirit, and you're not paying. Everything else is a service. It's okay to pay for the services. But when you are getting wisdom and empowerment and love from a spiritual space, that is where that 10% goes. So do that. I'm grateful for this community because, man, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it for me. And for other people, there are other places that are there. If you're a visitor today, thank you for tuning in. Take something with you. I interact with people during the week. If you're a pastor, if you're a rabbi, if you're an imam, if you're a minister or someone who has their own fellowship, take these principles. Teach them to your folks. Absorb them. They work for everybody. They're not just unique here. But wherever you are as an individual, y'all, if you've been feeling like you're too weird, you're too strange, you're all alone, you don't have a space for community where you can fellowship with like-minded people, where you can come and be and not feel strange, and to have alignment with all these principles, welcome home. Welcome to Infinity. I don't have to take you out and paint your head up or do anything crazy. If you'd like to be a part and go through new members, you can do that. It's infinitynashville@gmail.com. That's the email. You can find all of that on the website. Y'all take a deep breath in as we prepare to close our Sunday ritual. Inhale, exhale. Allow your eyes to close. We absorbed a lot of information today. Place your hands over your heart to feel that divine love, or open your palms up to the universe to feel that sparkling atomic energy of love coming into your beautiful body. We give thanks right now. Divine Source, you are perceived by so many different names, and yet you're known by one energy. And it's this energy that we embrace right now. I seal the words, I seal the teaching that has been put forth today for everybody who is under the sound of my voice and everybody who will pick this up at the replay. Thank you for the gifts that have been revealed. We send a blessing towards Sister Edwene Gaines for her work. We send a blessing toward the energy of Marcus Garvey for his confidence and his understanding of the world, to Michael Beckwith, to everyone, to Deepak Chopra, everyone who has been quoted today, to all who gathered on this live stream and supported each other and poured into each other. Thank you for this space of encouragement. Thank you for this space being here every single Sunday. Thank you for us being here and not missing a beat during coronavirus. We've been here. We may have been on a phone. We may have been on a laptop. We may have been on a GoPro. We may have been on a DVC Pro. But whatever it's been, we've been here. Thank you for the gift of this community and this fellowship. And as we move toward a space where we can gather together, both in person and in our infinite stream, we recognize that we are living on purpose and in purpose, and we are destined for greatness because everything is working for our good. So we accept it this week as we are setting our goals, as we are practicing our principles. We embrace it. We feel it. We love it. We flow. Deep breath in, pause, and release. Repeat after me. I accept the good. I am open to change. My change is expansion. I am connected to all that is. I am protected by all that is. I am living my purpose. I am shining with the light of God. God's got this. So I got this too. And so it is. Ashe, oh. Y'all, we in this place today. We're in this space. For those of you who tuned in, I know we got a bump and people started coming in. Y'all were tagging people. It was an awesome space. The replay, share the replay with your family and friends. We're going to put up a slide again for those who are practicing in that space. Practicing forgiving. We're going to send this bump up. We got big things that happen at Infinity. We're going to put it in. Cash App, $Infinity Fellowship is on the screen. You can take a picture of it. You can put it in the mail. 641 West Nocturne Drive, 37207. You can also do PayPal, paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship. We put that slide up because after people do their workshop, they start saying, you know what, I'm immediately going to start this practice. And I'm going to give and put myself in a great position to do what I do. If all hearts and minds are clear, we speak in this space that we send our love out to you. Special thanks today, Sister Carr, for coming in and singing along with us. Sister Alicia Hamer behind the scenes. To all of you Infinite streamers, if you did not get or download your manifestation manual, you can do it online. Just go to myif.org, contact page, download and print it off. I blow mine up to 11 by 17 because, yeah, I do one too. That's how my life goes. I always stay on purpose and I speak it. We love you. Thank you. So as our hearts and minds are clear and we move from this place into a world that awaits our light, join hands with somebody at home, put your hands over your heart. Remember the lessons that were taught to you today. We speak in this energy right now that the love of God, the wisdom of the ancestors, and the infinite and abundant power of the universe rest, rule, and abide with you henceforth, now and forevermore. We say it together. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. We'll see you next week, Yoga Sunday. Meet me on the mats. Don't be scared. We ain't gonna be scared. We ain't never scared. We're going to get these bodies in alignment because that's part of prosperity. A vitally alive body. Work that you love. Relationships that work all the time. And all the money you can spend wherever you want to spend it. Take care of somebody. Whatever you do. Remember that we're family. Until I speak to you next week or I hear you on the affirmation meditation at noon on Wednesdays, this has been Rev Jeff putting up our social media so that you can love us. I forgot to put it up, but I'm doing it now. Catch us online, youtube.com Infinity Fellowship, facebook.com Infinity Fellowship, Instagram @The Infinity Fellowship. You can follow me online on Twitter or also on Instagram, The Rev Jock. I'm reminding you guys that when you do get information in, it does become knowledge. When you put knowledge into action, that's when it becomes wisdom. Y'all be wise. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Peace and blessings.